Tommy Wieringer's epic genre masterpieces Dead Snow 1 and 2 introduce us to the dark and malevolent Nazi zombie Herzog. Who and what is Herzog? And what are his strengths and weaknesses? Herzog is a Nazi Zombie Draugr, a being based on both Nazi and Norwegian history and lore. Portrayed by Orjan Gamst, mythologically and in the movie, the Draugr is a living corpse with intent to protect treasure or seek revenge. This being is possessed with both Draugr-based and uniquely crafted traits, making it similar to the Draugr of Norwegian mythology in many ways, and different in many ways. If you are seeking a breakdown of the Draugr itself, I delve deeply into the mythology of the Draugr in a video of which I will put a link in the description and in the upper right hand of the screen. In this video, we will address much of the Draugr's mythology, but only in the ways that it differs or agrees with Wieringer's mythology. Standartenführer Oberst Herzog's initial history is described in the first Dead Snow as a brutal oppressor who occupied, tortured, and tormented the local population before they finally rose up against Herzog and his Einsatzgruppen, chasing them to the mountains where they supposedly froze to death. His title and rank defines him as an SS officer who commanded Standarten, regiments of 300 to 500 men in the Nazi army. In the film, he commands the Einsatzgruppen, or Einsatz, a group of the SS, paramilitary death squads, used primarily for mass shootings, usually of civilians during World War II. In Dead Snow 2, his history is expanded upon, and it is explained Herzog had a personal history with Hitler himself. He was made commander of the Einsatz in 1942, and sent to northern Norway to protect German warships hiding in the fjords. While on a routine inspection of the Scharnhorst, the largest of the Germans' fleet, the Tirpitz, was bombed by the English on a tip from Norwegian spies. Humiliated, Hitler ordered Herzog to wipe out everyone living in Talvik, nearly 800 people. He was on his way to complete these orders when he was slain in Oxford. Historically, a group of Einsatzgruppen were stationed in Norway, under SS Oberfuhrer Franz Walter Stahlecker, circa 1941, breathing life into the plot of both films, and into the personal history of Herzog. This being and his troop rise from the grave, seemingly when a group of Norwegian students open a box of treasure he stole from the local populace of Talvik. Herzog possesses few Draugr-based abilities beyond super strength, while possessing many direct mythologically based Draugr traits, like the desire to reclaim his lost treasure, the desire to obtain revenge, as well as dying on and having his tomb on a mountain. And quite possibly, the need for a hero to wrestle or subdue him. As Herzog does physical battle with Martin, and is physically beaten, at least at one point, before his head is blown to the mountains far away. His abilities mostly set him apart from the mythological Draugr, such as the ability to possess and absorb the limbs of mortals, utilizing them as his own, and the ability to raise the dead, enlisting them in his armies as undead Nazi fanatics, regardless of their previous life experiences or beliefs. He seems to be a master tactician, utilizing makeshift medical combat training and commanding his forces with intelligence. He is capable of reasoning, thinking, speaking, and even seems to possess a sense of humor. And when inside religious spaces, he exudes an aura of evil, which causes holy relics to bleed from the eyes. All of which he showcases, more so in Dead Snow 2 than the original, as he lays waste to the countryside and battles with Martin's army of undead Russians. His weaknesses so far are seemingly entirely non-supernatural, i.e. natural weapons, knives, guns, and the like do damage him. His super strength is fairly immense, especially against humans, although it is considerably weaker than Lieutenant Stavaren's, the Russian zombie who is just flat out stronger. It is probably due to the kettle training and hard workout regimen of the Russian zombie, who was a POW and forced into labor before Herzog had him shot in life. While he is not invulnerable to damage, fully killing him is yet to be achieved. In the finale of Dead Snow 2, his head is literally blown off of his body by a tank and launched into the mountains far away. His entire troop then falls lifeless to the ground. Later, his head is revealed to still be alive and retrieved by his Nazi doctor. I assume he can merely reattach his head to his body, or to a different human body, and resume his role in destroying Talvik. And perhaps eventually the world, as alluded to by Daniel, the leader of the zombie squad. All questions that will likely be resolved in Dead Snow 3, of which it does appear will be made. In Dead Snow, Herzog's motivations seem to be the retrieval of his lost treasure, stolen from the citizens of Talvik. In Dead Snow 2, he appears to be seeking revenge, and the completion of a mission given to him by Hitler himself, the destruction of Talvik. It is more his desires and goals that align him and his troop with the Draugr of Norwegian mythology. The seeking of treasure, revenge, and the completion of his last mission, as well as his appearance. As Draugr were undead corpses, Herzog appears as a gaunt and dark zombie, more Frankenstein-like than a traditional zombie. And unlike the traditional zombies, Herzog and his troop are not stupid. They do not eat humans for subsistence or through instinct. And their bites are not infectious. They stand as semi-unique beasts on their own. But when injected with the lore and mythology, as well as the real-life history of Norwegian lore and World War II Nazism, they become very original creations. Amongst these, Standartenführer Oberst Herzog stands as the head, the Führer of Undeath. When Herzog is killed, the others die, as he acts almost like a lich-est phylactery, holding them in undeath. Of interest, the zombies' eyes are coal-black, as defined by mythological Draugr lore, but Herzog's eyes are different colors at different times. Much like his nemesis, Martin. At one point they turn yellow, almost Sith-like. At others they are blue, as if he is a true Aryan of the supposed master race. Interesting Easter eggs that do help to define the lore and mythology of the Nazi influence. Overall, Dead Snow 1 and 2 stand as extremely well-crafted and executed masterpieces within the genre of horror. And within them, Herzog stands as the horrific and uniquely crafted leader of a massive troop of Nazi zombies. He is depicted and acted by Orjan Gomst, almost perfectly. His action scenes and abilities are showcased quite masterfully throughout the films. And I personally cannot wait to see what happens in Dead Snow 3, if it is indeed made. Thank you so much for delving into the dark and malevolent commander of the Nazi Draugr zombies that infest the genre masterpieces, Dead Snow 1 and 2. Please hit that like and subscribe, as I have new videos coming out all the time. And until then, keep sleepwalking, my friends.